Okay, so today we're going to tackle irony and satire and how it's used in literature, in movies, and in media. Okay, the first type of irony is called situational irony, and it is a contrast or incongruity between what is expected to occur, yes, that's a typo, and what actually occurs. The example that we're going to use is from The Wizard of Oz, so listen in.
Will you help me? Can you help me? You don't need to be helped any longer. You've always had the power to go back to Kansas. I have.
Then why didn't you tell her before?
Because she wouldn't have believed me.
Okay, so here's the situation in which Dorothy, the entire time throughout the movie, she had the power, and Glinda knew, but no one told her. So what we expected to occur, this gift, she actually had the whole time. Okay, so verbal irony is something we see all the time. It consists of a character saying one thing and meaning something entirely different. Sarcasm falls a lot into this category, and usually it's something that could be praised, but we mean it as an insult. We find it a lot in Mean Girls. And here you have the scene where she goes, "I love your skirt. Where did you get it?" "It was my mom in the 80s. That is the ugliest skirt I've ever seen. So we have that sarcasm there, even though the person may not get it, but she's trying to be sarcastic within it. So dramatic irony is used a lot in short stories and movies and film. It occurs when a reader perceives something that a character in the story does not know. So you have Rapunzel, and here she is in the middle of this festival, and she's dancing once she escapes from her tower. And the thing is that this festival is actually about her. And then she looks into the baby princess's face, and we all know that she's actually looking at herself, even though she doesn't know, even though she has this draw to find out what the lanterns are. It was all about you, so about her. So it's all about this dramatic irony. So shifting gears a little bit, when you talk about irony, you have to talk about satire. And satire is a literary work that ridicules its subject through the use of techniques such as exaggeration, reversal, incongruity, and or parody. We see parody a lot. We see satire a lot in a lot of our shows. The Simpsons does a lot of parodies. If you watch Saturday Night Live, they do parodies on different, pop culture and that kind of stuff. So you're going to see satire a lot in pop culture, in media, film, books, stories. Okay, so we're going to use Shrek as our examples. So for exaggeration, you're enlarging something and increasing it beyond normal bounds. So I want you to think of Fiona and the bird, and they're in the forest, and Fiona starts to sing, and then the bird starts to follow her, and then she just kind of goes over the top, kind of like this opera high-pitched sound, and then the bird balloons up and then explodes. So this obviously is exaggerating what would be in normal bounds, and it's ridiculous, and that's what makes it funny and makes it the satire. A Disney princess is always supposed to have a beautiful voice, and they sing to animals, and here in this situation the animal actually explodes because it's following the princess. Incongruity is another one. It presents things that are out of place or observed in relations to its surroundings. So this incongruity is Shrek. Shrek has a donkey named Donkey, and they're actually living with an ogre, and an ogre is supposed to be like gruesome and mean and not supposed to have friendship, and Donkey thinks that he's a friend. So this is where things are kind of out of place. I mean, the whole movie is kind of an incongruity because all of the woodland creatures and fairy creatures turn to the ogre to help them out, and an ogre is not supposed to characteristically be able to care about people and be heroic. So reversal is to present the opposite of the normal order. Of course, in Shrek, this is a good example where the Disney princesses do not wait to be saved. They actually save themselves and can take care of themselves. So here's a reversal of the way things are supposed to be, where that prince, they're usually waiting for the prince to come save them. You can see tons of parodies. Like I said, SNL does parodies of things, Simpsons, but a lot of shows will these days. One of the parodies that you'll see in Shrek is going to be when Lord Farquhar is trying to pick his princess, and the mirror does it in kind of a TV show. A possible matches in the Perfect Match TV show style display, and he talks about him as if he was watching a show like that. They also parody American Idol at the end when they're all singing and Simon's there. So there's a lot of cases where they like to parody. They parody Disney World in the first movie. There's all kinds of examples.